At this moment, we're going to tackle about the influence of the Roman Catholic Church. Let's use the word through the whole world. Okay, so let's go to the chaplaincy or religious groups and practices. When you hear the word chaplaincy, the first thing that will come into your mind is a chaplain. A chaplain is a person or a specific guy, a specific person that will do the counseling, will help you do whatever you will give you some advices, will help you on spiritual needs like that, will be your guidance counselor. It is what chaplain is. Okay? Or in other word, the word chaplain is the term chaplain is believed to be derived from the century from the Latin word term capellia, meaning a cloak. So in the fourth century, the modern meaning developed from a story told about a soldier named Martin who shared his cloak with a beggar. And then that night Martin dreamed. Christ came to him in a dream, and he soon resigned from the army to serve as a soldier of God. Martin of Tours was later canonized by Catholic Church, and his cloak became a religious relic. That's the Catholic Church. And then, his cloak became. The term chaplain is the term chaplain is believed to be derived from the Latin term capellia, meaning a cloak. So in the first century, the modern meaning developed from a story told about a soldier named Martin who shared his cloak to a beggar. After that, Martin dreamed that Christ came to him in a dream, and soon he left he resigned the army and served as an army of God or a soldier of God. Martin of Tours was later canonized by the Catholic Church, and his cloak became a religious relic and was enshrined in a chapel. So the word chaplain came to mean the keeper of the cloak. So it is the keeper of the cloak, and now calls for those who are religiously motivated to care for those in need. So let's get it right there. When it says the keeper of the cloak, it is clearly said in here that you must need those who is in need. We must be helpful to others, especially for those who are in the times of need. It is what this statement is saying. So, the chaplain of today, as of today, is typically an educated and multi-skilled individual who is generally accepted as helpful by those who live and work in correctional facilities. Chaplains serve a variety of functions. Their main purpose is to administer religious programs and provide pastoral care to inmates and institutional staffs. So, it is said in here that chaplains guide or do the pastoral activities in a group or inside the prison or in jails. They are the one that will guide, or they are the one that was guiding these inmates and do the pastoral things. They're going to preach the gospel of God from the Bible and interpret it to the prisoner so that they can understand the word of God. And after that, in the past, in the past, This meant that the common duties were to provide religious services, counsel troubled inmates, and advise inmates of bad news from home or from correction authorities. So, in the past, it is this meant the common duties of the chaplains. They are just going to advise for those inmates. They're going to counsel those troubled inmates. So they are the counselors. They are the advisors in the past, and also today they are still advising and counseling those inmates and other institutional staffs. And then this topic again is about the influence of the Catholic Church and about the in especially in prison. And then here is the religion as a con game. The most common belief about why inmates practice religion while in prison is that many inmates find that religion for manipulative purposes or a con game. It is believed that inmates hope prison administrators and parole authorities will view their religious practice as an attempt to become moral, pro-social, and law-abiding citizens. So they are just using this religion, these prison administrators, the parole authorities. They are just doing this in order to get a parole so that they can get out in the prison, so that they will be free. They are not really doing this because it is what their heart is saying, what is what their heart needs or their heart wants. So they are just doing this for a reason. They are not doing this because they need it, they want it. They are using this as a con game to have a parole. The result will be earlier parole release if they are going to do this. For decades, the correctional literature and popular media have cultivated this belief. So the management of the prisons, they are taking an eye in this specific thing, so that these inmates that doing this kind of games, they are saying in here, the organization is taking an eye in this and taking an action. In the recent years, there has been an increased interest on the topic of religion in correction and in finding out whether the practice of religion in correction has had any positive impact on inmates. So, it is saying in here that the administration is watching or looking for those impacts in the inmates. They are not just looking on what they did, but they are like basically watching every move, every moment, every words that coming into your mouth. They are specifically watching the inmate. If the inmate is just doing the con game, or he or she is really affected or already impacted to this belief, to these things. So some research evidence is present that supports the view that the practice of religion helps to control inmate behavior during incarceration. So during these practices, the inmates are being trained, or they are this practice is helping the inmates to control their emotions during their incarceration inside the jail. It helps them to control their feelings, their emotions whenever they get into a trouble or a fight or something like that. And then the goal of this is to let the inmates realize that what they've done is wrong, and they must not do it again, or they are not supposed to do it again next time, because everybody deserves a second chance, like that.